Good afternoon, ladies and gents. Welcome to Crypto Chat UK. Now, I have been absolutely hectic again this week and last week. It's week on, week out. And it really disappoints me because I really want to come on every day and do crypto videos and get my research in and get what the results online. Now, what I find is in the evenings when I come home from work, I find so much info. And then by the time it comes to the weekend when I'm doing my weekly video, because obviously I can only do one day a week at the moment, which is really regrettable. It's just a real problem because some of the news is old news, or I have forgotten which ones I really wanted to cover, which ones I desperately wanted to cover. So then I'm going through my lists again, and then there's new news coming out as well. So I do get a bit behind. I would love to share all the news in one video a week, but it's really tricky. I just want to go through some stuff that's kind of important. I want to have a quick look at the market. You probably already know, guys. You've probably all been on CoinMarketCap and a few other sites, so you must know by now how the market's been going. But we'll go through it briefly. I'm really sorry though. I really wish I could come on every day and do this because there's so much going on in the background that not everybody knows about. But anyway, let's have a look. This is currently how the market's looking. It's total market of 139 billion. It's been around 140 odd billion the last day or two. Obviously at the weekend we do get a drop, but Bitcoin has stayed above the $4,000 mark. I don't know whether that's going to be the case. We often get a pullback, and as you can see, there is the start of some drops here. I think it perhaps will stay above 4,000. Who knows? Let's see. Current dominance 50%, 50.7% Bitcoin dominance, and although you can see some slight reds here, it's been pretty much green for quite a little time now, and it has been very, very good. I have been really happy with it. Now, there is something to say about Bitcoin itself. A couple of people online, a couple of analysts have said we probably can't expect it to be the bullish market until about 4.5k, and if it's holding further up there, we shall see what happens there. I've said before, we don't really need some kind of real big bullish movement. We just need steady growth that's supported, and that's long term, and that will happen. It might seem a bit slower that way. Don't get me wrong, as I've said in other videos, great to see those big gains, those huge upward movements, and then we can see some real gains on our portfolios. Yes, that's lovely, but let's see that solid gain, solid, structured and supported gains. As you can see, like I said, XRP 31 cents, Litecoin $61, and as you go down you can see there has been some growth here and there. Bitcoin Cash has made substantial gains. Binance did over the last week. Stellar Lumen's now on 10 cents. I broke my leg last week, so I haven't been earning as much for the last year. I had a good 3 or 4 months where I wasn't fully at speed, and I'm only just getting back into swings and catching up with the work at the moment. So I do want to accumulate more. I am going to sit down and have a bit more time on it and accumulating more of my coins, including Bitcoin. Like I've always said, Bitcoin. Don't forget, not a financial advisor, but I do want to show you this. There's one thing about Starbucks. It's to do with Qtum. I did accumulate quite a bit of this in 2017. I have always said Qtum is probably going to be a key fundamental part of the blockchain. Still not as good as some of my top 5, top 10, but it could be right up there if things go well. I won't read you this completely, but it talks about basically Starbucks are going to be accepting payments more than likely. If this article is true, then they're doing it through Zeus app, which is the world's first financial conduct authority authorized mobile app payment application, and it will add Qtum to its list of payment solutions. The mobile application provides payments, banking and investment solutions on one single platform. Currently, all payment services in the UK have to obtain FCA authorization, but the authority works independently of the UK government. Now, this is all good. I'm not going to read the full thing. It talks about Qtum being a decentralized block-based DApp or dApps platform that is capable of running smart contracts. Okay, there is a lot of work gone into Qtum, by the looks of it. It is substantial. It obviously talks of the proof of stake will only streamline it will only streamline their operation with their vision. So Qtum is an ideal fit for the payment application as it is based on zero charges. So I guess that really works for kind of micro payments, if you want to call it that, kind of for the small stuff. Maybe buy a coffee, borrow chocolate, whatever you want. Not saying it'll only be used for that, but it is a good handy thing if the charges are basically zero or near as, damn it. That'll really help when you're purchasing particularly small items, of course. I should think that's definitely a positive. The mobile application does not charge its end customer with no account opening fees, money transaction costs or top-ups. Hence, a Qtum cryptocurrency, which is based on proof of stake, will only streamline their operation with their vision. So, a lot of companies, as we've reported before, are well into this. They're well into setting up for cryptocurrency acceptance. Okay, more than likely Bitcoin and so forth, which I'm going to show you something about the Lightning Network in a minute. So, it is all going on in the background, the development which we've talked about before. There is so much more of this. And now, will it bottleneck up and it'll all be released, or be released, drip feed it to us? Will it be all done within 3, 6 months, 12 months? Who knows? But if they have secured a lot of the infrastructure to accept the coins, to accept cryptocurrencies, then obviously that's going to improve it. But if all the companies are looking at this, well then it's a no-brainer again, isn't it? I've said before, we don't need kind of like the domestic market as such, but it'd be handy to get that sorted out. And it obviously is being moved forward. Who are going to be the big players in that? Who are going to be the winners? Who are going to be the people that adopt? Who are going to be the cryptos that have adopted more in a wide scale? Who knows? Let's see what happens, and we'll keep an eye on it. But talking about Bitcoin, the Lightning Network. So the Lightning Network, this has had a lot of people give positive reports, but in the past, and certainly in the last few months, we've also had loads of negative people jumping on it, saying it's negative. By the looks of it, from what I've read here and other stuff in the past, other articles in the past, this is phenomenal. Now, this is talking about Bitcoin Lightning Network hits 1,000 BTC Bitcoin capacity on its 1-year anniversary, and it's still growing. So Bitcoin Lightning Network has surpassed 1,000 Bitcoin network capacity on its 1-year anniversary. The event highlights the Layer 2 scaling solution's progression in the short span of only a year. Bitcoin in Lightning Network, happy birthday. 1 year ago, March 15th, Lightning Labs CEO Elizabeth Stark announced the first official beta implementation of the Lightning Network. The solution saw support from Twitter's Jack Dorsey, Tesla and SpaceX investor Bill Lee, backing from computer giant Microsoft and other prominent members of the cryptocurrency community. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail. You can read this article. It's on Bitcoinist. Okay, so they're talking about 1 year later, Lightning Network has gone a long way. According to the Lightning Network monitoring website, the network's capacity is over 1,000 Bitcoins, or more than 4.2 million, making a 54% increase over the last 30 days alone. That's a considerable amount in such a short time. So if that's done 54% in the last 30 days alone, if it is stable, if it is working, and they're working on it well, then that is pretty good. The number of channels has also jumped with more than 47% in the last month. Jeez, currently standing at 39,222. The number of nodes is 7,381 and 17.89% increase throughout the same period. So it is going well for them. Let's hope that carries on, and that's going to show. Obviously, Bitcoin is jumping on this. That's always been the intention, and it should decrease the fees and increase the speed and capacity and so forth. So we'll see how that goes. Lightning Network looks really good. I have done a video. There is some other stuff to do with Lightning Network, which is superb. Definitely want to keep an eye on that as well. But don't forget, guys, I have got a lot of stuff that I want to go through. I really am sorry I'm only doing 1 day a week. Hopefully there'll be a period of time at some point that I can ease off on the day job a little bit and spend a bit more time bringing you some good quality content and the news more as it comes out. There is so much out there. But just remember, whether you're investing in this or not, think about it. Don't be scared if you invest and you're worried about losing any money. This is going to be here to stay. Cryptocurrencies are being developed at a mega rate in the background. There's some stuff we don't even hear about at the moment that will come out in the future, and it will be positive. Cryptocurrencies are here to stay. If you're not in it, you're probably making a mistake as far as I'm concerned. Don't forget, Bitcoin is king, and let's hope that stays that way. However, there are some great other ones. Don't forget XRP. Don't forget Litecoin. Don't forget Stellar Lumens as well. I really like that one. Sliding up there, I reckon that'll be pretty good as well. And there are others too, Cardano, etc. That could be. There is an article that mentions Cardano and says it could be basically a sleeping giant, and you could make some big money. I have done another article about Cardano to talk about that as well. But listen, guys, I'm sorry that it's so rushed. I just managed to get into the studio. I am going to be back on again. I'm working hard all week, would you believe, on a loft conversion. So I will be back in on Saturday as well. I really hope to bring you some great more news, and hopefully there'll be more merchants, so the smaller payments coming on board. Don't forget, if you haven't liked this video, definitely like it. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, don't forget that as well. And hit the notification bell, because we're going to be bringing you some more great content very soon. And I would like to see your comments as well. So if you've got any comments, don't forget, send me a message privately if you like. If you want to leave it in the comment section, do that as well. But I will be seeing you very soon. Take it easy, guys.